Hello, everybody. Welcome to an episode of the Benjamin Towles Show. And on today's episode, I wrote a bunch of jokes this morning. These are all original jokes that I came up with, and I've been posting them to my Instagram story. But it turns out if you max out your Instagram story, it just deletes them, doesn't even archive them. But I might have a few of them still, so for posterity, I'm gonna tell these jokes now. So these are some original Towels jokes. Might be difficult because I'm gonna read on my phone, and they replied to the story, so I can still see the thumbnail, so I can kind of remember what the joke was. But please, say. I know, like the first one that it started with, it was like, yeah. Recently, I won a game of competitive Scrabble that I was playing against a peanut. And I went to shake his hand, but he couldn't do it. I think he was salty. We got one right here. What the movie the Arrival won't tell you is what fucking language is the best one. All right, here's a great. This is great. The other day, I walked into a coffee shop and ordered what I thought was coffee. The lady behind the counter took my money and handed me a coffee. They're not all winners. Not all of them, but we got we got. When asked if I could consider doing my part to help fight coronavirus, I replied, "I'll give it a shot." To which I was told, "It's going to take more than just one." It was like, in the Old Testament, Jacob is wrestling with the angels, and God tells him to tell his people what just happened. Jacob is a bit skeptical that anyone will believe him, but God replies, "Just change your name to Israel." As a Bible joke, as a Bible Abrahamic joke. You Hindus might not get it. There'll be jokes about Ganesha, the elephant god with about good fortune. I don't know if that's just like what, like zombie Jesus, alien zombie Jesus. Is that like the equivalent? Do you like belittle somebody else's god? These are just really hard to read because they're such a small thumbnail, and I can't click on them because Instagram is just doesn't fucking feel like working. All right, so next joke we got when people tell me their birthday, it goes in one ear and out the other. Unless their birthday is today, in which case I will remember it for 24 hours. Jews have a pretty damn good sense of humor, all things considered. That was not even really a joke, but I like to acknowledge like everybody's good at something, you know. Jews are good. They're funny. They're probably some of the funniest comedians we know, Jews. And then blacks are good at sports. Asians are really smart. White people are pretty. You know, these are just stereotypes. What do we got here? Hold on. Okay, here's a. I think we got. I think I can pull this up. Okay, yeah. Now we're actually in the real territory where I can actually read them. There might have been more that have just got lost, but so this one's kind of a longer one. It's a bit longer, but this is a bit of an esoteric joke. So we got. I think many different humans have different loadouts and different agendas before they came here. And I think ultimately this world is irrelevant and God is divinely indifferent to it all. Which means that the ultimate God wouldn't seem to care if I peacefully sat under a lotus tree or if I lived as a prince fucking bitches and getting money. Which means he wouldn't even blame me for restoking the fires of World War II or if I nuked the planet or the entire world ended. All of it is irrelevant to him as the energy that embodies us all. However, Mom would be pissed. It's kind of it's different because I don't even have there's nobody in this room except my cat and me, so it's not like I can't really gauge how well these jokes and dude, or if they're even being taken as jokes. But we could break that one down into like, yeah, there's a whole aspect of life that you can be jaded and understand that nothing really matters. Then there's that other aspect that's concurrent at the exact same moment, and it's the feminine aspect, and it's your mom, and it's like, yo, but she's gonna be pissed. The masculine energy don't give a fuck, but mom, the masculine is the energy that makes everything move, and the feminine is everything that's moving. The giver and the receiver. You just gotta remember, there's two sides to every coin. All right, what's another? Well, we got another joke. Let's see if we got. Some of these weren't really even jokes; they were just observations, like how, like how the Virgin Mary gave birth to the Messiah of the free world, and then, and then kept having kids after that. Like, I think you're done. I think you're good. I don't know if you're gonna get a. Like, let's try for a girl. Maybe Joseph felt like a cuck and he needed it. Also, like that's, that must be good for Joseph. Everybody's bragging about what their kid's doing, and people. He probably doesn't want to bring it up because people probably are like make fun of him for. You remember the scenes in Braveheart where the king would come by and be like, "It is the king's birthright to get to fuck the bride before the groom does on her wedding night." Like that's what God did to Mary and Joseph. That's what God happened. I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger revolt than just Islam. But anyways, moving on. Let's see if I find another joke. No, what is the most valuable thing about Israelis? Ben Shapiro's sister. Like that's a bad joke, but at the same time, it does recognize that Jews love Aryan women. And Aryan men love Jewish Khazar milkers. They just fucking love it. I don't. I think it's because Abigail Shapiro. She has a name. She's not just Ben Shapiro's sister, big titties, but she does have a name. And like honestly, there's lots of women with big titties. So like, don't get caught up on the fact that we're objectifying this woman. No, it's like that's not why she's awesome. That's not why people have turned her into this waifu material. They've done that because she's based. Because she would. I'm not going to speak for Abigail Shapiro, but I feel like she would get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich and be happy about it. And I don't like guys like that's a fucking power pleasure fantasy of guys. Like that's all they want. And like let's be fair, like while we've like belittled that and made that such a mockery, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. If that's all you have to do, like really, that's it. I just need to go make you a sandwich with two pieces of bread, maybe cheese and slice of meat. That's it. I hand it to you. You're happy? Like what? Abigail Shapiro figured this out, and she had huge titties. So like that's why she's waifu. See what else we got? I got some more jokes. Hold on, more jokes. There's the one where like if Joseph actually did fuck Mary and that was Joseph's son, like he would be bragging about that like all the time until eventually like the story changed and people were like, bro, it's not your kid. The fact that Jesus even had brothers and sisters, that he couldn't preach in his own hometown because they would call him out and be like, bro, I saw you pee the bed. Like, you're not the Messiah. He's like, ugh, this is a tough crowd. That's why comedians go on the road. They just start, drying up their reserves of fresh faces to throw comedy at. I've never done stand up before. It sounds fun. But hold on, let me find some more jokes. Okay, here we got some jokes. These are gonna get spicy in a second. Hold on. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we've already talked about Ben Shapiro's sister's titties, so I'm sure we couldn't get much spicier, but let's see. A new study shows that using a Nintendo Switch to share videos of classical music actually increases people's IQ. But the PTA board says that video games promote violence. That's not even really my joke. Like that's my joke, but like the violins being violins, I'm sure I read that on Reddit. I could change the wording. Televangelists say that God wants you to send them money. What they won't tell you is why God requested it in $1 bills. It's going to a strip club. Fucking, I don't know who's fucking dumber, the dude who thinks that God wants all these people to send them money, or the people who send him money. You know? Like if anything, God's probably like this sounds a lot like the Job situation, right? Like God shows up, like people are like, this guy's lying and scamming, and God shows up and he's like, no, this looks about right. Yeah, no, you people are retarded. All right, we got some cats are known to purr when they enjoy a human. Other cats have been known to just fucking ruin everything when they enjoy a human. Cats look at you like you're stupid. Dogs look at you like they're stupid. See, some of these are wholesome. They're not so bad. One time when I was little, I watched a show on TV about a cat that had been cut in half and fused with a dog. I don't know how these Vietnam War documentaries get past the censors. This is the part when the stand-up comedian delivers the joke and then just like moves the microphone stand and maybe grabs a drink of water. There's literally like nothing in this. It's all props, it's all fake. These jokes were pre-written. They say that Bitcoin's value will eventually plummet to $0, which is awfully interesting considering most Hollywood producers fuck little kids. In Hollywood, you can make jokes and tweets about anything. You can even tweet about raping little kids. Well, unless the little kids are Holocaust victims. It's a good thing that I don't have a career because that would I don't know, man. That would be it. The Pope recently has announced a clarification based on ancient texts and documents to state that all people of the world are in fact God's children, and thus eligible to pay tithes to the Holy Roman Empire. They often mention how the Pope hid pedophiles by moving them around to different churches. What they don't mention is that first sentence, ever again. I'm gonna find more jokes. We got more jokes. They're not dead. See if I got them. Apparently, The Simpsons is known for having the longest running record in TV history, which is surprising because I thought for sure it would have been some dude from Kenya. And then I started learning about the Ottoman Empire, and I was like, wait, they like joined the Nazis, and then they got in World War One, then they disappeared. Well, the Nazis weren't in World War One, but they joined Germany, Central Powers, and then they weren't. They got their empire destroyed, and then the Jews took over the Middle East, and you're just like, dude, it's world wars are just Jewish wars. I don't know, whatever. Let's go back to the jail. Before you blame all world wars as Jewish wars. Let's see what we got. Come on, what we got here? That might be all the jokes, actually. Yep, that's all the jokes. Shout out Norm MacDonald. RIP, you're a legend. Everybody take care. Call your mom. Peace.